Hello and welcome to Critical Rambling. First video post here from Critical Rocket. I'm Thaddeus Cole, as you may have seen. You've linked it on the blog. If not, thanks for taking the time to look. Today I'm having a look at more of the Vikings on PC, primarily on Steam. It's a third-person, multiplayer, skill-based team deathmatch conquest game, although there are one-on-one duels. It's set during the height of the Viking invasions of Saxon Britain at the time, so two factions of the Christian Saxons and the pagan Vikings. You'll be pretty much at home if you've played anything from Mount and Blade, from Chivalry, or the previous games War of the Vikings, War of the Roses, which was set during the Kingmakers era. As a skill-based game, there are no advantages to unlocking better weapons, better gear. This isn't a game like Battlefield where certain guns are going to be better, or Call of Duty. This is purely down to your position, your timing, and your enemy's movements. You're going to have a wide selection of weapons, as you can see here in the video. Swords, axes, two-handed axes, you've got throwing weapons, knives, axes, you've got javelins, there are spears, which are a little trickier to use admittedly compared. But finally you have the bows, which are obviously your only sniper weapon in the game. Very useful if used by a good player. As you can see, the detail is really nice. The better equipment obviously looks more impressive and has more of a, I don't know, badass feel about it. It's going to be the kind of thing, if you see a guy coming out with some kind of high-level Danish war sword, you know this guy's been playing quite a while. How do you unlock the things? You unlock them in game with gold, which is earned through general play, getting kills, revives, that kind of thing. I'll go over in a minute. This is some helmets, you've got pants, which also unlock, and you have to pay in-game gold for when you level up through experience gain. There are only 3 heads at the moment. Hopefully that'll change. You can have your gruff veteran, the peasant, as you can see there, and the fresh-faced warrior who hasn't quite had his face scarred up yet. And beards, major focus of character customization. Who's going to have the most epic beard? There are specific beards to both Saxons and Vikings, so you pick your poison in that regard. There are taunts as well, although these are really expensive and I don't know, they're kind of silly. Some people are going to love them. I think a lot of people are going to leave these until they've bought every weapon in the game, and all the different colours and cloaks and stuff. What I don't go over here is you can also edit your shield pattern. There are several different quadrants to it, and you can pick the colour and the pattern, but they're going to jump straight in. This is a conquest match where you have to capture 5 points on the map, basically to push the enemy team out of their sort of home base, so the Saxons were losing. There are 3 classes to play as. The warrior, who I'm playing here straight off, is sort of default class at sort of level 1 area. I'm about level 6, but that isn't very high as far as the unlocks go. He focuses on swords and uses a pretty good shield to defend himself, and just dealing with this guy. You've got throwing weapons, as I said earlier. Every class has a few throwing weapons that they can deploy. You can take any combination though. If you want to be a warrior who uses a spear or a two-handed axe, have at it. There's really no sort of restrictions on that. There are perks though, and the perks play a big part. As you can see, helping friendlies up is a big deal. This guy is getting revived, so I'm protecting him with my shield, and he gets up, and I managed to force him back. I even managed to get a hit on the guy. There are special attacks as well. Every class has got one. As you just saw that guy with a two-handed axe there, who's like the champion, just cleave that fella down. Instant kills usually from the special attacks, but they're really hard to hit. When you get them, it's great. When you miss, you look like a melon. You just get decked really quickly. So you got to be careful of that. So you can see that guy just got dropped. So yeah, I don't want to get into a one-on-one fight with a champion. So me and this other fella are going to go, and there are a few other neat tricks you can. I just tried it there and failed miserably. Where you can dash and slice that way. You can jump backwards. You can jump to the side and spin. The champion, he's probably got the most health and specialises, as you can see, in big two-handed weapons. But this leaves him open. Defensively, you can still parry with your axe, but it's a lot harder to do. Obviously, having a big shield, and I'm not very good at them. I go down almost immediately. Yeah, I wasn't dead as soon as I got downed. I was in a revive state. if you attack a player who's in that state, you get bonus XP and gold, but that can sometimes lead to a situation where some players are being more mercenary and trying to get that extra XP and gold than actually helping you fight the guy who's wielding a huge broadsword. So, this is the skirmisher. They're your sort of ranged sniper class, as I said earlier, specialising in the in using bows and generally just pinning the enemy down. Obviously, they don't have much in the way of armour, and they do have a backup melee weapon that's usually an axe, but again, you take sort of... Oof, I got hit by an axe there. Somebody was waiting for me, I totally missed it. And as you can see, I have the axe apparently lodged into my nose or face there. Quite how my character's still alive is a miracle. Put a few shots. When you... as you can see, you get XP for pretty much every piece of damage you do. You get a bit of gold as well. Obviously the most is given for getting kills. So we're trying to hold this bridge because we're down to our last spawn. And that's me. And I get a second one just for good luck. That puts me out of the revive state, as I said. As an archer, you can really pick away people who are being revived as well or getting up, because they don't stand a chance. But I really like this game. Compared to War of the Roses, it's got a lot more balance. A lot more of the balance there that I felt War of the Roses missed, especially when you had guys in full plate who were just wielding big hammers and they weren't taking any hits and they were killing you almost instantly. This game feels a bit more frenetic and fast-paced and generally fun. It's 24 players, so 12 aside, at least on Conquest. So as I said, you can do one-on-one duel servers where you go into an arena and you fight, you know, winner stays on. And everyone else can spectate. And there's also Team Deathmatch, which is just a straight up brawl. You have a relatively smallish arena and the two teams just run around hacking each other. It depends on your playstyle, but I really like this game. I hope that they expand on it. They add more maps, more skins, more head types, all these kind of things would be really cool. There's some really nice touches as well. The enemies, the enemy team, you can select this as a dialogue option, will actually speak Saxon, or they'll speak Danish, or at least ancient sort of Scandinavian, medieval Scandinavian. They'll speak those two languages, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I would recommend it if you like War of the Roses or Chivalry. But yeah, that's it for my first video. Thanks for watching.